Welcome back to AM Northwest. Our first guest is here to teach us how to use our words to get our way. And we're so happy to welcome back the author of Human Lie Detection and Body Language 101, Vanessa Van Edwards. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
We often talk about body language and what that conveys a message, but often the words we choose to use can be more effective in getting what we want.
Yeah, what to say to get your way.
Right.
And this overwhelms people typically. They're like, I either want to get my family to pick a restaurant that I want to go to for dinner, or you have to negotiate for a car. What do you say?
What is it? Well, you said the first thing is start with intention.
Yes, start with intention. So one of the biggest mistakes people make is they figure out what they want as they're speaking. The problem is when you do that, other people pick up on the fact that you might be sort of wavering on your position. So start out with what you want the end goal to be. In a way, you have to start with the end. So, for example, let's say that you you see a great waffle maker at a yard sale and you really want it.
Okay.
Start with how much you know you're going to spend, your absolute last price. So know in your head, I am not spending more than $3 on that amazing waffle maker.
All right.
Right. So then you want to boldify. That's step 2.
Boldify.
Boldify. I made up that word, but I think we can go with it.
All right.
Yeah,
Boldify.
So basically what happens is it's very hard to ask for what we want, especially women. We're sort of taught to qualify our words. So I'm not sure if this is okay. I'm not sure if my price will work for you. What we want to do is use clear and concise language. That's boldifying. So say exactly what you want in a very polite way. So I will give you $3 for that waffle maker. So you're clear and you have your intention. You're clear and concise with boldifying.
Right.
And the next one is to use feelings. So this works especially...
With Boldify, just using your example for just a quick moment.
Sure.
It seems to me, as a garage sale alum, that you might want to start at $2 and be willing to go up to $3.
Absolutely. And you can use that in our negotiation techniques.
Okay.
Especially if you're like, okay, I'm willing to give a little bit here. You know that your end price is $3, but you can start at...
You can start wherever you want. Okay, all right.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, as long as you're clear and concise, because then they know, oh, this person knows...
So you don't say, hey, would you take 2?
Right, or I'm not sure if this will be okay with you, but...
Right, oh, that's not...
You're begging, you're telling them, please negotiate with me.
Right.
Yeah. Please challenge my price.
Start out, I'll pay 3.
Exactly.
Okay, very good.
Exactly. And the next one, this is especially important for relationships, and it's to tap into feelings. So, especially if you're, let's say that you're talking to your husband, you really want him to clean up more around the house. Never happens, I'm sure, but just theoretically, if that were to happen. One thing you can do is you start with your intention. You'd like him to help you a little bit more before bed, cleaning up. And you're really clear and concise, and you tap into a feeling. So you can say, I would love for you to help me around the house. When the house is messy, I feel really overwhelmed. So tapping into a feeling gives them a why. So it's not just a what, it tells them, okay, what is the reason behind this ask?
So you're not telling them you're lazy and you're not carrying your weight. You're telling them when you don't do this, it makes me feel.
Right, so you tap into the feeling. And then you want to add a benefit to them. So the best thing you do is you taught them the why, and then you say, here's how it could benefit you. And everyone knows that phrase, a happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, which is scientifically proven to be true.
Exactly.
We just talked about it yesterday.
So I love it. Okay, so you can say, in this example is, I would love you to help more around the house. When it's so messy, I feel overwhelmed. And I will be a much happier wife and a happier person before we go to bed if you can help me out.
That's kind of a cloaked little message there, isn't it?
It's a benefit to them, Dave. It's a benefit
those
to
words
them.
make me want to wash dishes.
Yes, you make me happy, I'll make you happy.
All together, if you need to remember this on the fly, it's really easy to remember the when, feel, need. So when you don't help me clean up, I feel overwhelmed. I need you to help me for just 5 minutes before bed. I'll be a much happier wife. Right? So when, feel, need. And this works in any scenario, from negotiating for cars to being in the house with your spouse.
No, I wouldn't think that you would bring feelings into it when you're negotiating for something, because then if you say, if you give them the feeling of I really want that thing, which is your feeling, then you have less power, don't you?
True, but you don't have to say necessarily you really want that thing. So let's use the waffle maker, for example.
Okay.
You could say, you don't have to, but you could say, I'll give you $3 for this waffle maker. I have to make sure that I have enough money for everything else here. I want to make sure that I get to buy everything I want. So the feeling could actually be that this isn't that essential to you, that you want to make sure you have spending money for everywhere else. So tapping into a feeling adds a new dimension to that negotiation. You don't have to use it for negotiation, but it really helps them understand your why.
I like you also said, like picking a restaurant, because in our family, when there's four of us, we'll say, all right, let's go out to dinner tonight, and then the battle begins.
And
Where do we go?
begins.
But what I'm hearing you say is what I should say if dinner's on the table is,
let's try
okay, I'm thinking we should go out to dinner. If everybody wants to go, I'll take us to XYZ restaurant.
So you can say, when we're going to go out to dinner tonight, I would like to go to blank restaurant. I have a hankering for that kind of food, right? That's the feeling.
Yeah.
And then everyone who's in, raise their hand. Or everyone who's in, let's get in the car, right?
Yeah.
That's a very direct way of saying clear and concise. It taps into your hankering. And of course, you might get a little bit of pushback, but if you're really direct and concise, and you go into why you really want them, maybe last time it was someone else's turn, that's going to help them be like, okay, we'll get on board. It's not worth the argument.
Yeah, because that becomes a huge...
It's a huge battle. And the more that you practice this, the easier it gets.
Right.
That one feel need technique, the more you do it, the more natural
You
it
have to be very confident in what you're asking for.
Well, it takes a little bit of courage, but I promise it works.
All right, very
Vanessa,
good.
thank
Always
you very
good
much.
tips. Thanks, Vanessa.
Human lie detection and body language 101, Vanessa Van Edwards.